Hey everybody, welcome back. So we're on the 10th hole. I'm 1 under, and this hole plays downhill. You can't really see the top of the basket in this frame, but it is down there, kind of right under this arch of trees here. And I feel like the wind's a little behind me here, so I'm taking a little less stable mid-range. I'm going to just try to throw it a little softer than I normally would, and I am not successful. I threw it hard and got it right in the trees. So I got a little lucky that I didn't go deep into the trees. I've got a shot here. I'm just taking a medium stability putter and just trying to lay this up there close. And it takes a weird anti-skip, but I've got a makeable putt for par. So this is where we're starting to come out of the trees, and you can see the wind is definitely up. This is a hard hole. It's a dogleg left, and I have to throw a backhand hyzer here, which is not my strength. But here goes nothing. And actually, I kind of pull it off. I throw this shot really nicely. I'm super happy with that. So we're on 11. I don't know if you could see the wind coming up as I was standing on the tee getting ready to throw. This is where we start getting back into the open, out of the trees, and it gets a little tougher. So if you ever play this course, what you want to really do is try to make your hay on the first 5 holes, maybe pick up an extra birdie on 8, 7, and 8, and then you just kind of have to hold on, especially on a windy day, because the wind's going to blow you around on this back nine, as you will see. Pretty happy with that drive. I got around the corner and I have a pretty straight look right at the basket. Can't really ask for much more on this hole. It does not set up well for a forehand off the tee, so you're kind of forced to throw a backhand or lefty forehand to get yourself out here in the fairway somewhere and set yourself up with an approach that can get you somewhere near the basket so you can get up and down for a par. I don't remember what disc I'm throwing here. So rather than put up my guess, I'm just going to say I don't know. I really want to try to throw this to kind of anhyzer a little bit, and I get it up in the air, and I don't throw it hard enough, and it hyzers out on me. And it's just not a great shot. Not terrible, but not great. I thought that was going to be trouble. I'm laying right here. When I let go of it, I thought it was going to be trouble, but as it turns out, I actually have a look at the basket right down this path. So I think I may have figured out a new way to play this hole. Let's see if I can get up and down. I'm just throwing a medium stability putter here, just trying to go down this path and slide up under the basket. And I just clipped that little branch right there and it knocked the disc down, and now I'm going to have to make a long putt for par. This is the better part of 50 feet, and if you've seen me putt before, you probably already know what's about to happen. There's almost no chance I make this, and sure enough, I don't. And that's going to be a bogey. I really like this hole. It's really tough in this wind though. So I'm taking my most overstable driver and trying to throw somewhere past the tree. During this hole, I accidentally started reversing when I was filming. I started filming me walking instead of me throwing. So I don't have any footage of the rest of this hole, but I did make bogey. Well, as I was saying, that last hole was a colossal piece of crap. I was playing into the wind pretty heavily, and I just couldn't find a way to get the stupid disc in the basket. So I ended up taking bogey. So it's 2 bogeys in a row.
That puts me back to 1 over now, I believe. But I have a hole here that I can birdie. It's just a matter of finding your way through these trees to get to the basket. So a good shot here, and maybe I can get back on track.
The wind's coming out of the right on this hole, and I'm taking a kind of an understable flippy driver. I'm trying to not get this too high so the wind doesn't get under it, and I just throw it basically nose down and it slides along the dirt a little bit. Not a great throw. I've got the better part of 100 feet here. I'm just trying to lay this putter up there somewhere close to the hole, and I am not successful. That was bad. Well, when it rains, it pours. I am probably just inside the circle, right around circle's edge, and I just can't do anything right now. Nothing's really working well for me. I'm pretty frustrated. I'm about to make my third bogey in a row. Since coming out of the woods, I played really well on the front nine, and now this back nine is just turning to crap.
Well, I'm not playing great all of a sudden. I'm sure some of it has to do with the wind, but I'm sure some of it has to do with me not throwing very good shots. So I'm going to sit here for a second and chill, and I guess this is a good time for you guys to experience.
Okay, I definitely needed that break. I'm feeling better now, and I might actually be able to throw a decent shot here. What do you know? I do. Got the wind behind me here, so I took a little less stable disc and threw a pretty good shot. Not bad.
So I guess that's what I needed, that little break. Sat there for a second, collected my thoughts, took some water in. It's hot out today, as it is in Texas a lot, and threw a pretty good drive there, so I'm happy with that. See if I can't put a tourniquet on this bleeding and start making a few pars again.
So at this point, I figure I don't have anything going well for me, so I may as well try something kind of dumb. And there it is. I throw a big anhyzer, and I get a huge anti-skip up there close to the basket. I don't deserve the result of that throw, but I got it. I got a lot closer to the basket than I deserved. I've got this downwind putt now. I give it a run, but I wasn't really thinking I was going to make that. Would have been a bonus birdie if I had. I'll take the par downwind. I'll take the par in any wind at this point. Just to get a tourniquet on this bleeding and just make a few pars in a row would be nice. Ordinarily on this hole, I'm taking my most overstable mid-range and trying to throw it around the corner, but today I just got to a fairway driver and I actually throw it really well. I'm happy with that throw, and watching it skip up toward the basket is pretty nice. It's always nice to walk around a blind corner and find your disc sitting mere feet from the basket. That's a good feeling, especially considering how poorly I played a lot of the previous holes. You'll recall that the 16th has the grove of trees that you have to go around, or well, I guess you could go over. It's playing downwind right now, so I'm taking this understable driver and trying to get out to the right of the grove of trees, but this just holds its anhyzer and digs in. I think I'm going to be blocked by those trees.
That was a good throw. I'm happy with how I threw that shot. Just, it's an unfamiliar disc to me. I just got the disc, so it's an unfamiliar disc, and I wasn't exactly sure what it was going to do, but so I may have put myself behind this little grove of trees up here and have really no shot at the basket for the upshot. But you know, that's why you practice. That's why you come out and throw your bag, so you can learn what your discs do. I'm not a huge fan of throwing my bag out on a field or something, field work, but I understand the necessity of it. I'd much rather be out here throwing shots and learning how my discs perform when I'm playing, but you know, to each his own. But I'm happy with this shot. It's like I said, we're gonna be a little closed off, but I think I might have a forehand shot to get around these trees. I am actually looking directly at the tee boxes. The basket is behind me, and you can see you've got these trees right in the middle of the fairway, so you have to play either to the left of them or to the right of them. Well, I played neither. I'm right behind these trees, so I'm going to try to take a forehand around the trees to the left and get it to swoop in there and see if I can't find my way up to the circle and see if I can't get a look at birdie.
That was a fine throw, if I say so myself. The only downside to it is I have this tree in my way, so I have to go with my stable putter to try to make this putt, and I just didn't throw it hard enough. But I'll take that par. On the 17th hole, you want to push out about 200 feet straight and then start your disc hyzering left to go toward the basket. I should have thrown something a little less stable here because I'm downwind, but it's a pretty good throw. I'm happy with this. And I'm outside the circle here. Not really going to run this. To the right of this basket as we're looking at it is nothing but trees and a hill that runs away. So you have a really tough shot if you go down that hill. So I'm giving this a skinny run. I'm hoping to catch some metal, but I don't really want to run it in case I miss and have it roll down that hill. This shot gives you a good idea of what you're looking at if you do decide to get bold with your second shot or any kind of putt. It can roll down that hill and you've got overhanging limbs, and it is not an easy up and down from down there. Back here on 18, this hole is really hard. It's long, it has kind of two dogleg lefts, and the tee shot doesn't set up well for a forehand player, but I can't throw a backhand far enough to get up there to give myself a reasonable chance at getting a par. I throw a weird shot there that takes a really weird anti-skip, but I'll definitely take that.
So here we're on the 18th hole. I haven't played particularly great, but I haven't played particularly badly. I didn't throw a lot of horrible shots, but I didn't throw a lot of great ones either. And consequently, I'm right around par. I think I'm one over. That's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you can play badly and still score, and sometimes you can play great and not score. So, not throwing very many really good shots and shooting 1 over, 2 over, somewhere in there. I'll take that. Hey, while I'm thinking about it, make sure you hit like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And let's see if we can finish with a strong par on this hole.
The only thing this tee shot didn't have going for it was that it wasn't past this tree. Other than that, it was a great shot, and I'm really about to mess it up. The mistake I made on that last throw was I anticipated getting a little more anhyzer than what I was going to get, considering I was throwing downwind, and I ended up hitting the trees. So I'm in the fairway. I'm just going to throw a backhand here just to find my way down to the opening that leads down to where the basket is. This is a pretty good throw. I'm pretty happy with this throw, especially on my backhand.
So I'm about 264 out from here. It's a funnel shot, as you can see. You can't really go up. I don't have that kind of power anyway. So I'm going to take a kind of an understable fairway driver and see if I can't kind of snake it up there and get it close. Give myself a look at a par.
My third throw left me in really good shape, as you can see, and when this leaves my hand, I thought it was really good.
Definitely threw the shot I wanted to throw just now. Not sure about the result. I think it hit a tree or a limb or something and dropped down, but I threw the shot I wanted to throw. That's really, at the end of the day, all I can do. I threw it on the line I wanted in the shape I wanted, and once the disc leaves your hand or the ball leaves your club face, there's not much you can do about it beyond that. So all I can do now is look for my disc and see if I have a shot at a par.
If I'm being honest, I did not expect this disc to be this close to the basket. That was a hellacious throw I made for my fourth. And I really should convert this. But of course I don't. It would have been a great par, but at the end of the day, this isn't really a easy hole for me, so bogey feels like a par. I am disappointed though, because that par would have felt like a birdie. Considering the wind and everything today, this was not a bad round. I will absolutely take it, even though there were definitely some frustrating shots. I'm Todd. This is No Pictures on the Scorecard. Come back again soon and we'll do it all again.